Hey beautiful, I hope you've been taking care of yourself, drinking enough water, and getting enough rest. Finally, Kuro announced the Wuthering Waves version 2.8 special broadcast livestream. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been waiting for this one. Today, you and Queen Zani are going to dive deep into everything we can expect from it. Oh, and before I forget, there's a giveaway in this video too. All you have to do is like, hype, and drop a comment below. Easy. Alright, let's get into it. So first things first, the special broadcast is officially happening on November 14th, 2025 at 7 p.m. UTC plus 8. And as always, we'll be getting 300 a stripe from redeem codes. Don't worry, I'll be posting all the codes in a community post, so you won't miss even one. The actual update, version 2.8, is expected to drop on November 20th, 2025. So, yeah, we don't have to wait too long after the live stream. Now let's talk about what everyone's really curious about, the banners. In Phase 1, we're expecting the brand new Chisa banner, alongside Phoebe's rerun. The 4 stars featured on Chisa's banner will most likely be Yuanwu, Taochi, and Alto. Then in Phase 2, we've got Phrolova and Cantarella returning, with Buling, Chisa, and Danjin rounding out the 4 stars. And speaking of Chisa, let's just take a moment to talk about her. She's a 5-star Havoc Broadblade user, and her entire combat rhythm revolves around juggling 2 gauges, Ring of Chainsaw, and Life Thread Jetstream. When she's in her normal state, she builds up those gauges through her attacks and resonance skill, but once her chainsaw gauge fills, she can activate chainsaw mode, which completely transforms how she plays. Every normal attack turns into a chained Havoc combo. You can hold or cancel mid-combo, chaining attacks together for this intense, rhythmic flow of damage. And her finisher, Soaring Eradication. It's not only a devastating burst attack, but it also grants shields to the entire team. What makes her interesting mechanically is that she has a fever mechanic called Chainsaw Fever that acts as a timer. As long as she's hitting enemies, the gauge stays stable. Stop attacking and it depletes, forcing her out of chainsaw mode. Then there's her unseen snare system. It's basically a debuff she applies through her skills that lets her ignore part of the enemy's defense. But here's where it gets cool. It also triggers extra effects, like resetting cooldowns when marked enemies die, or boosting the team's damage. It makes her perfect for teams that rely on debuffs or damage over time. Finally, her Resonance Liberation acts as both a damage burst and a sustain tool. It massively buffs her Havoc multipliers for a short period while healing the entire team. It's essentially her burst window, where you dump all your chainsaw energy for maximum output before resetting the cycle. Honestly, she feels like a character built for players who love fast-paced combat. I already know a lot of you are going to pull for her, so tell me in the comments, is Chisa going on your wish list? Now let's move into story and exploration, because 2.8 isn't just about characters. The Renacida chapter is finally wrapping up, and from here, we're stepping into a whole new arc that revolves around Chisa. It's expected to act as a bridge into the next major region, which has everyone really excited. We will get 1 main story quest and 1 side quest. And yes, we're getting a new city too, New Hanami City. I'm honestly so hyped for this because it looks absolutely stunning. You'll be able to explore areas like Neon Tower, Sakura Bridge, the Underground Street, Central Park, and even a train conductor cafe, which sounds like the perfect spot to chill after a long grind session. I really think this might end up being one of the best maps in Wuthering Waves so far. Now let's talk about some DOT effect changes, because combat is evolving too. Not everything's being changed. Spectrofrazzle and Arrow Erosion are staying the same, but some of the other effects got really interesting updates. For example, Glacial Chef now focuses more on control. As you stack it, enemies take condensation damage and gradually slow down, and at max stacks, they freeze completely. Then there's Fusion Burst, which makes enemies explode at max stacks, dealing melt damage to themselves and nearby foes. Great for AoE setups. Havoc Bane now weakens enemies by cutting their defense with each stack, making your follow-ups hit harder. And Electro Flare, that one's all about timing. It deals that can trigger a stronger flare if you reapply it perfectly. It's tactical. You can't just spam. You actually need to manage stacks and plan your rotations carefully. Speaking of planning, let's talk about events because 2.8 is packed with them. First up, there's Imitation Strategy Harmony Chapter. It's a combat simulation event where you face waves of enemies to earn points and buffs as you go. It rewards skill, strategy, and speed. perfect for players who like a challenge. Then there's Find La Hero Drift, which is more exploration-based. Strange drift objects start appearing all over Sioux City, and with Basiezi's help, you'll uncover clues each day to track them down. It's got this calm, treasure hunt vibe, great for lore lovers or explorers. And good news, the Tactical Simulacra event is returning. If you missed it before, it's basically a combat challenge mode where you take on powerful enemies under special conditions. It's super fun if you enjoy tweaking your builds or testing your skills. There's also another upcoming event called Mocking Strategy Harmony Movement, but we don't have much info yet. As soon as I know more, I'll share it with you. Now, let's move to something fashion-forward, skins and echoes. We're getting a brand new echo set called Thread of Severed Fate. It's a 3-piece set that boosts your attack by 20% and gives you a 30% resonance liberation damage bonus for 5 seconds whenever you inflict Havoc Bane. Yeah, it's basically tailor-made for Chisa. And get this, Queen Zani is getting a new outfit. It's a 4-star skin, kind of like what we saw with Changli and Carlotta. She already looks amazing, but this new design, it's next-level elegance. Are you planning to grab it? Because I know I am. Oh, and Chisa fans, you'll love this. In version 2.8, you'll actually get to go on a date with Chisa in the new map. I'm not sure yet if it's part of her story quest or a side interaction, but either way, I'm here for it. Now for something I know everyone's been asking for, quality of life updates. Finally, we can absorb multiple echoes at once. No more doing it one by one. There's also a new material supplement window, making crafting and accessing materials much smoother. The game will now automatically mute when it runs in the background, which is super convenient if you multitask. They also optimize the Lady of the Sea fight, so retries are smoother and faster now. But the biggest change might just be the new resource management system. Starting in version 2.8, each region will have its own downloadable resource pack. That means you can choose what to install, saving a ton of storage space. The game will even clean up and use story files automatically and show you the exact file size before downloading. This is such a thoughtful update. It's small things like this that make a big difference. Oh, and one more neat addition, the Echo Suggestion System. The game can now recommend the best main Echo for your character build, which is going to save so much time when you're new to game and want to build your character. We're also getting a new tab for recurring challenges like Tower of Adversity and others that come back each month, all in one place now. Honestly, it feels like Kuro really listened to the community this time. We're getting new stories, new systems, new quality of life features, all while improving what's already there. So that's everything we know so far about the version 2.8 special broadcast. And don't worry, if anything changes or gets confirmed, I'll update you guys instantly. And hey, if you're still here, listening till the end, you're a real legend.